Hey there guys, welcome to Reviewing Ranked. This is going to be a primarily YouTube show slash series, whatever you want to call it. It is primarily for my own benefit in that I want to document reviews about myself, about my playing, about choices that I make, and particularly those for when I lose games, not so much when I win games. When I win games, when you win games, it's very easy to tell why you won or why your team won. It's easy to tell how you won, like, well, I did this, 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 and this. I denied enemy farm. I did this, I did that, blah, blah, blah. It's very easy to distinguish things like that. For this, it's a little bit difficult to analyze and figure out, okay, where did I go wrong when you lose? And part of any subject, any studying subject, anything in life is you want to become better at what you're doing. In this case, League of Legends. I want to become better at it. Everyone does who plays League of Legends. Unless you're already at the top. For this, that is the purpose of Reviewing Ranked. It is figuring out the mistakes that I made, and other people made if other people are interested, and bringing those mistakes to light, and then figuring out how to minimize the mistakes. Because League of Legends is a very snowbally game. If you make a mistake, the enemy will capitalize on it, and they will snowball from that mistake. And that is really the key issue. So, without further ado, when my game wants to work, lower recorder, and I do not think it does, I'm going to restart my lower recorder because it's being a derp. And we're gonna go to lower recorder. I'm gonna hit repair here for a second. We'll try this. We're going to start out with this first game, which I played on Monday earlier this week of the 8th, assuming your weeks start on Monday, so this was Monday the 8th, and we're going to go through and analyze what exactly went wrong. This particular game, I picked Thresh. I was playing support. I had most everything worked out, or so I believed. And things happened here and there that they just happened, and, you know, things broke. So, we're going to get this started. Keep in mind that lower recorder has updated, so things are a little bit buggy. And for that, I do apologize. So, right off the bat, things are spawning in. They're pinging. It looks like they want to do a double invade. Items are slowly being bought, very slowly. I have not bought my items yet for some reason, so there we go. Okay. It's jumping to live. I guess there was a problem with it starting. So we're going to increase the speed a bit and fast forward. I'm making my way to lane. And our Ezreal mentioned that he was a Smurf. So we're thinking, oh yeah, that's really good. Ezreal burns flash there. and I put a fail ward there.
Withdrawing.
So, already we're flash down. Bot lane is going to be very difficult. They set up for their blue. Their objective was complete. They managed to burn a flash, particularly on bot lane. So we know that, you know, they might be here early. I put my ward there to get vision of their blue being completed. From there, we kind of begin lane phase. Put an early ward here. And I know that they have a ward here, but I'm not quite ready to deal with it. Going in there, it was supposed to be harass, but I did not get a basic attack off on her in time. Okay, put a ward there, and need to turn off auto direct camera. So, things are progressing. Caitlyn is harassed. She's mostly farming. She's not harassing very much, if at all. And she doesn't start doing that until much later. On the other hand, neither is our Ezreal, which doesn't really help. So both teams are farming. There's a giant creep wave here. And he begins harassing. Now then there, she was in auto attack range. I could have auto attacked her. I didn't, which was a mistake on my part. Same here, again. And then I step on a trap. And I'm starting to wonder if this is slightly corrupted, because Diana comes up out of nowhere, but then again, not paying attention. So there are wards all around. Caitlyn starts putting in traps. Oh, so it's not showing basic animations from Thresh right now, for some reason or other. So I miss a hook there, I assume. So my hook goes on cooldowns. I get silenced. I didn't auto attack her as I should have. Diana comes in. She gets aggressive with her Q. I go in. She pops cleanse. However, Cho'Gath comes, and we didn't see Cho'Gath because the river wasn't ported. So Cho'Gath gets first blood on me. They kill Diana. He flashes, does a Q. Caitlyn gets that off, and he finishes up with his E, his scream. So already we are down a lot of gold. Caitlyn, at this point, versus our Ezreal, is up. Not a bit. She's up about 200 because she got 3 assists though. The more important thing is that she got the experience. And that is a huge thing that eventually sets us down later down the line. Cho'Gath gets 15... Cho'Gath gets almost double, like 1100 gold to the Diana from the 3 kills. And first blood. So that sets him up really, really well. So, we're moving back in. We're going to fast forward again. We go back to lane. We're like, okay, fine, we'll play this a little bit more cautiously. Because she has an experience advantage. She pushed lane. Caitlyn did not go back, actually, when she got those kills. She stayed in lane and she farmed. Ideally, what you should do is you should push the wave to the tower to deny your enemy the CS. But she didn't do that. She decided to stay anyway. So, here we are. We're clearing through wards. And apparently this pink ward, either I don't care about it, or else it's in a position where I just can't see it. But Caitlyn's now a lot more confident. She's gotten kills. She's now trading. We spot Cho'Gath coming in thanks to that ward. So fast forwarding again. More trading back and forth between both of us. More CSing. Caitlyn is very confident in her CSing at this point. She's harassing using her Q very often. In terms of item build, I rushed an Emblem of Valor because I wanted to rush an early Aegis. However, that really didn't work out so well because of money. So now Caitlyn's becoming very aggressive. You can see her, she's trying to trade. Back and forth, the farming continues. There was another kill that happened. I'm trying, if I remember correctly, to move into a position where I can land a Q on her and deal some damage. So here, more trading back and forth, but that's... Trading against any lane with Soraka in it is a pain, because they just have so much sustain. And I picked Thresh thinking that Ezreal would be more aggressive than he is. I also picked Thresh thinking that I could land my hooks. That was a mistake as well. So, we're clearing waves back and forth, more fighting between each other. And many times, many times, I could have landed an easy hook. Like we saw a second ago. Here I could have landed a hook onto Soraka. I landed the hook onto Caitlyn, but she cleansed out of it. Yeah, that didn't go very well at all. So, Soraka flashed. Caitlyn used her net and moved back. And so by this point, we're low. I try telling Ezreal, you know, we need to go back. Otherwise, they're going to kill us. She's poking more back and forth. Ezreal's poking her. So I'm like, fine, well, I don't want to risk the kill. They both go back at the same time. They didn't completely push the wave to the tower, though. They could have done that and denied Ezreal even more from. So Ezreal is like, okay, farming time. So he farms, I come back to lane. Meanwhile, I'm trying to obtain ward and vision dominance. Soraka is also doing the same. However, Soraka, because of the 3 assists that she got earlier, she has more gold than I do. Actually, no, she doesn't have any more gold. I take that back. She has a slight bit of gold. And it's increasing quite rapidly, actually. Because, as you can see, what Soraka's going to do is... That was a problematic play right there. What Soraka does is she gets an early vision ward. Early sight stone, rather. And I try to do the same, however. If I remember correctly, she gets hers first. So things here, lots of mechanical errors. Lots of missed calls, no calls. I push her back, Zed comes in, Zed successfully goes. Ezreal isn't attack moving, he stops attacking her and starts attacking a creep. Zed does get the kill on Caitlyn though, so that helps. I'm going to speed up a bit more. Several times we could have just gone in. We do go in here. What happens is I'm just like, play. He just jumps in, gibs her. Shield, everyone makes it out. Cho'Gath comes this way though. And he wards. He's thinking, oh, maybe they're here for my blue buff. We don't go for the blue buff. Which is good because then Caitlyn would have come and probably killed us all. So at this point, Ez does have more CS than Caitlyn. So he's doing good on that part. But now, he's in a fight with her. And they're trading back and forth. But he's not getting the better end because she has a BF sword, Vamp Scepter, Doran's Ring. He has 2 longswords, Doran's Blade, excuse me. And a Spirit Stone. Spirit Stone doesn't give any extra damage stats. So in trades, you know, he has 128. She has 163. She's going to win those trades. She throws a Q out there, and he goes back. And so, an important thing to do, a note here, is check your stats. Check your stats. If you're support, check the stats of your AD versus theirs. What do they have? obviously through this, we had no way of trading back to her. So I grab her, she cleanses again. Exhaust wars, flashes blown. So lots of things go down. Zed comes in, but he's spotted by the ward, which I didn't know Soraka had placed. I'm trying to get more vision. So I put a ward there, and a pink ward there, which spots out that ward. People are pinging Mia, I go back, they push again to the tower, and then they start taking the tower down, and I think this is where they take the tower down. So, this keeps going on for a little while. Let's speed it up a bit more. So we're fighting, poking back and forth. We're trying to get that tower. Lots of poking back and forth. And I bugged it, and now she looks like she's on fire perpetually. That's okay. So I go in, nuke her against here, but for whatever reason, he stops attacking her, and she just keeps attacking him, which was really weird. So Diana dies here, I think. No, she doesn't. She makes it out. No, she does die. Just not where I said. And Black comes in. Nope. I died for them. And they're gone. Zed takes mid tower. So overall, gold lead right now, it's you know, it's about the same. We're up a little bit more because we took mid tower. However, they get the dragon to make up for it, which evens out the gold. And actually puts them ahead a little bit. Coming back in, trading, farming more. And then things just kind of stop. We lose a tower mid, so they get more gold. I go on a warding frenzy. And by this point, you know, Ez has more farm, but he's not winning the trades. In the least. In fact, he has a kill up on Caitlyn. The reason for this is really because Caitlyn just has more CS. Not more CS, but more damage than he does. He's not at that stage where he can just pop out the damage. So we're going for this tower. We do quite a bit of damage on it. We don't end up finishing the tower, which I think was a mistake. We should have tried to finish the tower. Jax right now, he's on purple side, and he just keeps split pushing. I think that's part of the reason why we lost, because Elise lost her lane very hard. Because Elise, I don't even know why. Perhaps another time I will study that. So surging forward, Ezreal does pick up another kill. Caitlyn dies again. But Jax is just so fed off of Ezreal. I flash out of there. I'm running through the jungle. It's a 5v2. Zed thought it would be a good idea to go. Not Zed, Diana thought it would be a good idea to go in there. Ezreal keeps pushing. Jax tries to jump on me. I escape. But then Cho'Gath. And I die right here. Beast me. Zed kills Caitlyn again, but by this point Jax is so fed, as is Cho'Gath. It's Cho'Gath, so that he can now start getting the others fed. Our Ezreal, he pushes up to the inhibitor to help alleviate some of this, but he wasn't in any of the team fights. So as a result, as he's escaping, he kind of just dies. Right. Oh wait, no, he doesn't die. No, yeah, he does. Right there. I knew he died in that chase at some point. So right now they have quite a bit of, not quite a bit, it's only a 1k goal lead. I derp and I hit that instead of Vladimir, which I preferred. Caitlyn is still down. In fact, the only real two people on their team that are fed are Jax and Cho'Gath. Jax getting really crazy with his build. Elise, for some reason, rushed a Sunfire Cloak, Cape, whatever. But that still didn't stop her from dying 5 times. So, an abundant amount of mistakes were made. I'm finally coming out with all of the wards. I'm trying to toss every bit of gold I have into getting wards, but unfortunately that, just to get vision of their team, this is the second dragon that I hit. I'm pinging them to attack that tower. Jax goes back, and then they start pushing down mid. So I'm trying to get as much vision as we can of them, but that's really hard to do right now when we're not exactly winning team fights. In the least. Ezreal keeps split pushing, so do they. They push up there. Jax goes on to Elise again. Elise dies once more. No, she doesn't die. I take that back. So, you see, Cho'Gath is at a point now where he's like, yeah. Now, fortunately, Zed is also fed, but that still doesn't stop the 3 of them from just pushing down mid. They keep trying to go, while 3 of our team are up in their base, trying to get the inhib. We successfully got that inhib, but I don't think we get this inhib. Yeah, no, Cho'Gath chases them off. While they get down mid. Now, don't get me wrong, split pushing is really good. It forced them to go back, but they got an inhib out of it. Arguably the most important inhib. And we didn't secure this one, so this one, you know, slowly regenerates back to health. Vlad kills Zed, so Vlad is now getting kills. Soraka has 9 assists. I have Buttkiss. So we're just pinging. Jax is like, I'm gonna sit in Baron now. And then I think they converge on Baron, and then we get Baron. And here's where a really bad teamfight happens. Diana goes on Jax. Now we get Jax, but they get the Baron. And then for some reason, we went on to Caitlyn. But then after Caitlyn E'd out, we didn't go on to Vladimir. Cho'Gath was not the problem. Cho'Gath is a tank. So we burnt all of our abilities trying to kill Cho'Gath. And then Soraka. And then as we're doing that, they're able to keep us CC'd enough that Cho'Gath picks us off. Because we don't have any abilities. So, that was a derpy team fight. More split pushing happens. They come in, I think right around here. A really bad team fight happens. Jax is down there. Elise goes to stop him, or try to. Converge onto Jax, but Jax speeds out, so it's a moot point. They're still pushing down mid, however. Oh, yes, here's a bad team fight. It happens in top lane. So we go to defend the tower. And I go in. I land my prison by trap none of them. And no one goes in to follow it up. Zed wasn't there, which was a big mistake on my part. I went in before Zed made it. So Cho'Gath takes out Diana. I died as well. Ezreal takes a hit, and then they just clean up after this. By this point, the gold lead is absurd, and we surrender it out. Actually, no, they finish it, pretty sure. So things that can be taken away from this game is that vision is very important. If you're another thing is that mechanics. If you're going to play something, make sure you're comfortable playing it. Obviously here, I was not comfortable playing Thresh. And that was a big part of it. I landed very few hooks. The hooks that I did land were not on the important people. And several times I just messed up. I flayed them away from my team when I should have flayed them closer to my team. That would have helped in bot lane and secured Ezreal kills. There were problems with the team all around. Elise did not have a good laning phase against Jax. Cho'Gath just had his way in the jungle. Lots of things here and there. Vision, we didn't have enough vision on the map, and I tried to make up for it. But when it really doesn't matter where you're playing. If you're playing bot, yeah, your support should be warding, but it helps if you pick up a ward as well. However, when you are playing mid, you really want to ward here, right where this little torch is, and then here as well, right where that torch is, because that gives you vision of all of this area. You can see them coming out of their jungle here. If they try to go around, you can see there. You can see right before they enter the bush. You don't have to ward the bush, as long as you're constantly checking your minimap. And then for this side, you can see them in this area here, coming out of their jungle. You'll see them before they enter here, enter that bush, and you can see them if they go towards top. And that's really a key thing that just wasn't done. I don't think top warded very often. I'm not sure. I didn't take a good enough look. So, wards are key, and map awareness and mechanical skills. When I say mechanical, I mean just positioning, usage of skills, blah 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 blah. So, thank you so much for watching. If this was helpful to you, let me know, and I will see you guys next time.